is an honor to break fast in the United States Capitol with our Muslim American colleagues in Congress. I want to thank Muslim advocates for including me in this historic moment. I also want to thank Muslim advocates and the Muslim community for their interfaith activism on so many human rights issues. Muslims, like Americans of all major religions, play an important part in American life every single day as teachers, doctors, police officers, soldiers, business owners, artists, parents, engineers, the list goes on and on and on. I'm fortunate that one of my top staffers, a woman who helps to manage the floor of the United States Senate, is a Muslim American woman, Rima Dodine. Rima is here this evening. If there is a Muslim American who does not know Rima, I've not met that person. They all know Rima, so thank you, Rima, for being here. And I'm particularly honored to be here as well with a man I've come to respect so much for the moment when he spoke out with his wife to America. As the father, a Gold Star father and mother, Muslim Americans spoke at a national convention and put a face on the real contributions, the life and death contributions being made by the Muslim American community. Can we give a round of applause to Mr. Khizr Khan? Thank you for being here. It was February 2017, the travel ban had been announced, and the Muslim American community in the Chicagoland area, which Congressman Schakowsky knows so well, asked if they could meet with me at a mosque in Villa Park. It was a Sunday afternoon and it was cold, which is not unusual in Chicago, and I went there and was surprised to see a sea of cars parked around this mosque. And I watched as people were walking blocks to get inside the mosque for this town meeting after the travel ban. And as I went in, I was amazed at the size of the crowd. People were standing 4 and 5 deep against the wall, and I tried to shake as many hands as I could walking up to the front of this meeting. And then I saw him. I saw this little boy, and he was in a Cub Scout uniform. And I stopped because I remembered a speech I had heard many years before on the floor of the United States House of Representatives. It was a speech by Norm Mineta, a congressman from California. And he told of the day when his father said to him, "Norm, tomorrow we have to catch a train. We're leaving our home here in San Jose, and I want you to wear your Cub Scout uniform." And so he put on his Cub Scout uniform and didn't know where he was headed. But he got on that train, and he was headed for a Japanese internment camp, where he and his family waited out the Second World War. I thought about that little boy and what he must be hearing for the first time in his life now. Words that we don't want any American to hear, not a Japanese American during World War II, not a Muslim American today. And I said to him and to the other young people who were there, take heart, because we are here today together and know some very basic things. First, you are a part of a religion that is dedicated to peace around the world. Second, that religion will give you values and inspiration. Next, your family is so important to you and always will be in your future. And know that millions of Americans are by your side, even in the darkest moments. And remember that someday, you may be called on to stand up for people who are treated with hate and scorn in this great nation. I left that meeting feeling sadness in my heart that any children would have to go through that travel ban and the impact it might have had on their lives. And now I come with this gathering this evening with the dedication we all share to make certain that anyone who speaks out against an American for their religion be called out for it, that we stop this white supremacist, white nationalist rhetoric, so hateful, so divisive, so deadly, as we've seen in Charlottesville and so many other places, and that we stand together as Americans, proud of our heritage and committed to those values which brought this nation together.